Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Welcome and welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing a Q&A. I have not done a Q&A in quite a while. I don't even know the last time I did like a full-fledged Q&A, but today is my 6-year booktube anniversary. I literally can't believe that it's been 6 years since I started my booktube channel. Like, that is absolutely insane to me. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate every single one of you and how much I love every single one of you. Any support that you guys give me, I am so grateful for. When I started my channel, I never believed that it would get to the place that it is now, over 2,000 subscribers. All of the friends that I have made through my channel, I will cherish forever. Like, I love all of you so much. You don't even know. Like, I want to cry thinking about it. Anyways, enough of the mushy stuff. I asked you guys on Twitter, Instagram, and in the community tab on YouTube for some questions. I'm gonna go ahead and answer them for you now. So let's start with the Instagram questions. So the first few are from my friend Haley from Pages of Haley. So her first question is Bookish Pet Peeves. I probably should have thought about the answers to these before I started filming. I don't know if she means like things in books that are my pet peeves, because I don't really know. No specific like pet peeve from like within a book is coming to me, but like actual like physical book pet peeves is when books are different sizes, especially like within a series. It just, oh, it pisses me off. Or like if I have books that don't match, like I've got so many books down on this lower shelf that just don't match each other, and it irritates me so much. Oh, I hate that there are so many different sizes for books. Like, why can't there just be one size? Why? Especially with paperbacks. Paperbacks have so many different sizes and I don't understand. The next question I love from Haley, and it is, what kind of cover would you want your book to have? If you guys don't follow along my writing journey, my current book is called Reasons Why Not To. I am on the 6th draft of it. I got into author mentor match with it and I'm hoping to query it soon. It's a YA contemporary novel, and my favorite covers are like illustrated covers. So like, let me just pull a few of my favorite book covers from my shelf to show you guys what I would love for my book cover. So I pulled quite a few books. So the first one is actually an adult book, but it's Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I am just obsessed with this art style, and like I love illustrated covers. That's what all of these books are that I have here. I adore the illustration of this main character here. I also really love the cover for Counting Down With You by Tasha Bouillon. Absolutely adore, again, the little illustrations of the characters right here, Ace and Karina. They're just so cute, and it's just so aesthetically pleasing to me. Like these colors, having the characters there, like it's just my biggest dream to have like a little illustration of Lila somewhere on the cover, and I just think it's so cute. I also love the cover for What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. My lighting is a little bit too bright for you guys to see it, but I'm sure you know what it looks like. We got, let me see if I can, yeah, so we got Arthur and Ben on the cover here, and I just think it's so cute. Again, it's mainly more like the illustration style than like the actual cover itself. But like, I remember buying this book and just like freaking out, being like, I would die if this was my book cover. Like, I would love it so much. And then I also have Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston. What I love about her Once Upon a Con series covers is that they have like little Easter eggs for the actual book. So we get to see things that actually appear in the book, like the Starfield book she's holding, the homecoming sign that this guy is holding on the back, and even like on the inside flaps there's like things like this chair with books in it is significant to the story, if I remember correctly. So like, I just love that her covers have Easter eggs. My favorite one for the Easter eggs is Geekerella, but in general I think this might be my favorite cover of them all. And then really quickly, I also just love the cover for Happily Ever Afters by Elisa Bryant. Just having the main character there with her laptop is super cute. My character Lila does not write, but she does film like YouTube videos, and she also reads a lot. So I would love to see like Lila reading on the cover, or like having a camera with her. I also have Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, and again, I just love the typography here, and also again the illustrations of the characters. I just think it's so cute. So if you can't see like a theme, illustrated covers with the main characters on the cover, and also just like bright fun colors. I associate yellow a lot with Reasons Why Not To, because it's my main character's favorite color. I dream about my book cover probably way too much. I'm so excited for that like to happen one day. The last question Haley asked is, what are your author goals? I actually have a whole video that I uploaded last year called My Wildest Publishing Dreams. I'll make sure to link it up above in the cards for you guys and link it down below. I have so many. Obviously, New York Times list, no matter how curated and like rigged it is, like it's still a dream to be on a list. Like any bestseller list would just be crazy. It also wasn't a dream until like recently to have a movie adaptation of my book, and the reason why I never really like dreamt about it before is because like book adaptations can go so wrong so quickly, and I was just so worried they would take my baby and just completely like demolish it, and I don't think my heart could handle that. But I started to get really excited about it because a lot of movies film where I live in Vancouver, and my book also takes place in Vancouver, so it would be perfect for them to film it here if I were to get a movie adaptation, and then I could like constantly like go on set, and it would be so easy to get there, and ooh, it would be so good. Like they could go to like to the actual locations of where they go, and I just think it would be so wonderful. So like those are kind of like my main ones for now. Also maybe like a favorite author blurbing my book would be insane. My friend Alyssa asked, what has been your favorite thing about being in the booktube community so far? And like I said at the beginning of this video, definitely the friends that I've made, Alyssa included. I just have so many wonderful friends, too many to even list in this video because I know for sure that I'm going to forget somebody, and I don't want to do that, but you know who you are. I am so grateful for all of my booktube friends that I've made. You guys really make this worth it. Every time I think about booktube, I think about you guys. And also just being able to connect with viewers as well and talk about books in the comment section. Like responding to comments is my favorite part about making videos, and so if you ever watch my videos and you don't comment, please do comment. I appreciate it so much. Even if you don't have anything to say, just say hi, leave an emoji just so I know that you're there. I love comments so much. They literally mean the world. So definitely the connections I have made between viewers or friends is definitely my favorite part of booktube. Another friend, Allie from Amaze Books, asked, what's your favorite video you've made in the last 6 years? Oh, that is such like a loaded question because I've uploaded so many videos that I think I need to like look at my channel to see what I've uploaded. Recently, I really adore my author mentor match experience video because it's just so much fun to look back on, especially knowing that I got into author mentor match. It's just a video that I hold really close to my heart. I rewatch it constantly, honestly, and I'm just really proud of it in general. So if you have not seen it yet, I definitely recommend it. I documented literally every part of the process, so definitely make sure to go check that out. In general, like not just like a specific video, but I'm really proud that I did a Vlogmas back in December. I did 31 videos in 31 days. It did kill my channel a little bit. I lost so many subscribers. I saw like no growth at all from doing that, and it was a lot of work, and I'm still kind of experiencing burnout from it of not knowing like what videos to make or post or whatever. Like I've definitely missed way more upload days than I have in a long time because of Vlogmas, but it was just really fun and I pushed myself to do it, and I'm still really proud of it, even though it did kind of kill my channel a little bit, but that's okay. Oh my god, I really love my Which Booktube Friend Knows My Reading Taste the Best, where I pit my friends Julia and Peyton against each other to see who knew my reading taste the best. That video was so much fun to do, and stay tuned because I have more of those coming to you in the future. I'm working on one right now, but that video was just so much fun to do. It's just like some friendly competition. It was just it was so much fun. I also loved my romance reading vlog that I did last year. That was also fun. My bookshelf reorganization that I did last year because I did it a bit differently than I had in the past. Oh my god, making bookish TikToks for the first time, that was a blast to do. Also, I've been uploading more on TikTok recently, so make sure to follow me on there. I have it linked down below. That video was just so incredibly fun to do, and going into it I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I would love it or hate it. Spoiler alert, I loved it, and it was just so much fun, and I'm really proud of the outcome of that one. I love my Capturing Classics reading vlog for The Wizard of Oz. I think mainly because one, I tried different things with editing, and also it just has like such good memories attached to it because I was so nervous to reread The Wizard of Oz for fear that I wouldn't love it anymore because it was such a favorite as a kid, but I did love it, and it just gave me this escape that I so desperately needed at the time. I just have really fun memories associated with that video, and I'm really proud of it as well. I'm genuinely like proud of most of the content that I put up. My favorite videos to go and rewatch typically are vlogs, so any of my reading vlogs or writing vlogs especially. Yeah, I've made so many videos, it's insane. Okay, so I'm sorry if I mispronounced this, but Syed MR 616, tips for aspiring writers. I think my tip for aspiring writers is just keep going, don't give up. Obviously I'm still like an aspiring author. I think you're a writer if you just write. Like if you write, you are a writer. You don't have to be published to be considered a writer. I definitely think just don't give up. Even if you're like trying to write that first book and you can't seem to push through and do it, just do it. Just put the words on the page, keep on going, don't give up, and don't worry about how bad the first draft is, because let me tell you, everyone's first drafts are a mess. I mean, I'm sure they get cleaner the more that you write because you know how, like, you learn things and you know how to draft a bit cleaner, hopefully. I'm hoping that happens to me because I draft quite messy and I don't need to do rewrites. But first drafts are just not good, okay? The first draft of a book is not going to look anything like the final draft of the book most of the time. So just keep in mind, your first draft is not going to be good. It's going to be a total mess. But just know that this is one of my favorite quotes, but you can't edit a blank page. So you need to write that first draft to be able to edit it. So you can't edit a blank page. So just get the words down, do what you need to do to finish it, because once you write a book, then you have this kind of like reassurance going into any other projects that you do, knowing that you've done it before. Like, it's so much easier writing a book now, just knowing I've done it before, I can do it, whereas the first time you write a book, you don't know if you can do it. But I'm here to tell you, you can do it, and just push through, because doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. That's another favorite quote of mine. The next question is from It Is Emma KN, and they asked, if you could go 6 years back, what would you tell your old self? So in terms of YouTube, I would tell myself to put more effort into thumbnails and to put more effort into my appearance. Not like your appearance is important, but I personally just hate looking back on my old videos because I would just throw my hair in a messy ponytail and flyaway baby hairs would be everywhere, and it pisses me off, honestly, because I just hate looking at myself like that. But like, it really annoys me because I just never put any effort into thumbnails. I didn't start making thumbnails until like a year and a half, 2 years into my channel, and I think that it maybe would have helped my channel grow a bit more if I just put more effort into the appearance and the aesthetic of my channel instead of just being like, here you go, hope you like it. I put literally no effort into the thumbnails or the lighting or my outfits or anything, whereas now I put so much more effort into it and I love it way more. So I would definitely tell myself, like, pay attention to lighting and to your thumbnails and to tags. I didn't know what tags were literally until like a couple years ago. I was just so clueless about how YouTube worked, and honestly I think it would have helped my channel out so much more if I was aware of these things earlier on. S.Amar24 asked, tips for Nanowrimo. I actually have so many Nanowrimo tip videos on my channel. I will leave the Nanowrimo playlist up above where you have all my vlogs, all my tip videos, all will be up above in the cards. S.Amar24 also asked, which fictional character do you have a crush on? I read a lot of young adult, and I am now almost 21, so I'm not going to say that they're my crushes, but there is Clark from The Unexpected Everything. He is an adorable writer and he is 19 in this book, so that age difference isn't that bad. So I feel like it's fine. He is just so adorable. I love that he's a writer. I would love to date a writer or some bookish type person, so I love him a lot. Besides that, I don't really crush on fictional characters anymore. I mean, I really like Red from Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and Zaf from Take a Hint, Danny Brown. But overall, like, I really just don't crush on characters anymore. I think I've outgrown that a little bit. Okay, those are all the questions from Instagram, so let's move to Twitter now. So Britt from Blondie Rot asked, was there a book you read that ignited the passion in you to want to be an author? I don't know if I can pinpoint it to one book, and I don't think it was necessarily a book that was like, yes, I want to do this. I think it was more so I just got like an assignment in class and I was like, oh my god, I enjoy this, I want to be a writer. I think it was probably more like a combination of like a lot of things, but I was so young. I was like 6 when I decided I wanted to be a writer, so it's difficult to remember that long ago. But if I had to pinpoint, I would say maybe Junie B. Jones, the whole Junie B. Jones series by Barbara Park. And I say that because one, it was my favorite book series as a kid, but also in grade 4 we had this like little mini assignment from the teacher where we would print out a picture of somebody that we wanted to be when we were older, and he'd put it up on like a dream wall or something, and I printed out a picture of Barbara Park and put it on the wall because I wanted to be just like Barbara Park. So I would definitely probably say it was Junie B. Jones. They also asked, what are your favorite booktube memories? This one's hard because like I said, I have been on here for 6 years. I've done so many things. I'd say like any live streams that I do with my friends are really fun. Ooh, another favorite booktube memory was doing Schwabatember with my friends Kirsten and Alyssa. We hosted this whole month-long Victoria Schwab themed read-along where we tried to read Victoria Schwab books throughout the entire month, and it was just so much fun. One, I love doing things with Kirsten and Alyssa. They are the best, but also Victoria Schwab herself promoted the readathon on her Instagram. She reposted everything. She actually posted a picture on her Instagram, and she basically just in the caption talked about Schwabatember and telling people to participate in it, and then she gave like a rundown of like all of her books, and it was just so cool to see her support for Schwabatember. and we're actually possibly thinking of doing it again this year, just saying. But I think that's definitely like one of my top memories. They also asked, is there a booktube trend or read along or tag that you wish you thought of first? And I don't think that there is. I can't think of anything that like stands out in my head. I mean, I'm really proud of what I have come up with, so I don't think I wish I'd come up with anything. Melissa C, she's my mentor from Author Mentor Match, asked top 3 YA contemporaries. I don't feel like getting up to grab them, but definitely Eliza and Her Monsters, Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. Oh, and it's tough to fill like that last slot, but it's either Dumplin', Counting Down with You, or Geekarella. Right now, because it's so fresh in my mind and I just read it last month, probably Counting Down with You. So Eliza and Her Monsters, Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and Counting Down with You. Alex asked, if you could co-write a book with any author, who would it be and what kind of book would it be? So any book I write is like a YA contemporary. I don't know what the book would be about. If I could co-write a book with any author, Tasha Bouillon is amazing. Morgan Matson is another favorite. Becky Albertalli, she co-writes a lot of books. Those are the first ones that come to mind. Emma asked, what is it about writing that you love? Honestly, I ask myself this question every day because most of the time I think that I hate writing. I think it's just the fact that like I'm creating something out of literally nothing. Like I just come up with it in my brain and then it's a real thing. I love that so much that I literally created something out of nothing. Like this book, these characters did not exist until I brought them into the world, and I think that is insane. Barb from C. Barb Wright, she is one of my fellow AMN mentees. She asked, books that totally wrecked you in the best way. Ooh. Wonder by R.G. Palacio, my favorite book of all time. They both die at the end. History's All You Left Me completely tore me to pieces. Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson destroyed me, but I loved every second of it. I'm very emotional. I cry at books a lot, but those are like the first ones that come to my mind. Barb also asked, who would play you in a film adaptation of my life? I genuinely have no clue. Okay, I am not one of those people that looks like celebrities. I have never been compared to a celebrity, so I genuinely have no idea who would play me in a movie. Also, why would they make a movie about me? I'm not interesting. And then she also asked, what author influenced your style at a pivotal time in your life? I feel like Eliza and Her Monsters, like Francesca Zappia, has been pretty influential with that book and how she wrote it, for Reasons Why Not To. And I read it like around the time that I was like creating Reasons Why Not To. Slippery_water asked, best and worst book to film adaptation. This is easy. My favorite book to movie adaptation ever is Wonder. It's my favorite book. I'm lucky enough that it is also my favorite movie. They just did such a good job, adapted it so beautifully. I literally cried in the theater because I was so happy that they were doing a good job. And the worst adaptation for me personally is Vampire Academy. I hate that movie with a fiery passion. I don't think that they got the book at all. I think that they got the wrong people to direct and write it. I think that they went with a more Mean Girl style humor, because I believe the person that wrote Mean Girls also wrote the Vampire Academy movie, and it just, that kind of humor is not the same kind of humor from the book. The book humor is kind of more of like a dry kind of humor, I guess, not like a comedy movie style kind of humor. I feel like they turned Vampire Academy more into a comedy than the paranormal kind of romance story that it is. And I also just in general didn't really like the casting. Sarah asked, books I would want to have a TV or film adaptation. I don't really like TV show adaptations, and most of the time they don't really work for me. They have too much freedom to change things. Shadowhunters is a prime example. They just had way too much freedom with that. But I would love to see Counting Down with You as a movie. I want Geekarella to have a movie adaptation. The whole series I think would be so beautiful. Eliza and Her Monsters, but that's just because it's my favorite book. I don't know if that would actually be good as a movie. I want Morgan Matson to have an adaptation. Why doesn't Morgan Matson have a movie adaptation? Answer me that. Sarah also asked, a favorite character that I've written. So I've written 4 novels. I'm currently brainstorming another one on the side. I don't like my first 2 books really at all. Lost Girl is trash. It was my very first book. No thank you. Rewind holds like a bit of a special place in my heart, but it's also not very good and I don't have any plans to return to it. And then we have Reasons Why Not To and The Show Must Go On. So out of all of those, I think my favorite character, probably Beckett. Oh, I love Beckett, but also Lila. I mean, come on. I love the entire cast of Reasons Why Not To so much. They literally have my heart. So that's it for Twitter. Let's move on to the YouTube community tab now. Britt asked, if you were suddenly stuck in a Groundhog Day situation, what book would you hope you weren't reading because you'd hate to be stuck reading it every single day? I mean, to be honest, if I was in a Groundhog Day situation and I was reading a book I didn't like, I feel like I just wouldn't read that book. And I also feel like when you're in, I mean, I haven't watched Groundhog Day, but I understand like the idea of it, I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure I could just like pick up a different book. You know what I mean? But to go with the question, I would hate to be reading... What's my least... Oh, I know. Where It Began by Anne Regis Stampler. That is my least favorite book of all time. I absolutely despise it. I read it back in like 2015, I think. God awful. Do not enjoy it. I would hate to be stuck looking at that book. Blue Star 5934 asked, if your books ever got an adaptation, what actors would you want to play your characters? Here's the thing. I have never, no matter how deep of a dive I do into Pinterest, I can never find actors that remind me of my characters. I can find like model-y type people who I just find like Instagram or something. I do have inspiration pictures for my characters, so I genuinely don't know. I don't have any actors in mind. Britt also asked, if you could choose 3 authors to send your book to for critique, who would you choose? Also, is there an author you would be nervous to see blurb your book? I don't know if I would send my book to critique to like a random author, but I'm gonna go with the second half of that question. Is there an author you would be nervous to see blurb your book? Yes, I would be nervous for any author to blurb my book. I'm hoping that I do get the opportunity one day when I do hopefully get a book deal to ask for blurbs. I know it's gonna be super nerve-wracking, but like I'm low-key excited for it. I actually think I was like dreaming about this last night or something. I think it would be a dream to have Morgan Matson blurb my book just because she's one of my favorite authors, or Francesca Zappia because Eliza and Her Monsters is so important to me. Ashley Poston, oh my god, if Ashley Poston blurred my book, ooh, I think I'd be deceased. So those are just a few. Any of my favorite contemporary authors, I would die if they blurbed my book. Life with Layla asked, what do you envision your author brand being? So I'm pretty sure this means like something that like people come to expect of you in your books. So I think like the top thing that always comes to mind is slow burn. Typically in my books I do like a slow burn romance, either I'm reading it or writing it, so much so that Peyton will yell at me that the characters do not kiss fast enough or don't kiss enough in general. I think I'm just gonna go with slow burn because I don't really know what else. And then I believe the last question is from Scarlett Von Gunten. Do you hang out with other fellow booktubers? Not in real life, because I only have one booktube friend who lives close to me, but it's currently COVID times, so we are planning on hanging out after COVID. It's Kath from Solace and Stories. I love her to death and I would love to meet her in real life. She's the most accessible to me at the moment, but all of my other friends live in America and not close to me in America because I do live in Canada. So like Peyton and Julia, they live too far away. It would be hours and hours on a plane to get to them, plus money that I do not have. Yeah, all my friends live fairly far away. I mean, Haley lives in California and that's only like 2 hours-ish away, but I also, like I said, don't have the money. So no, I do not hang out with them in real life. I've never had the opportunity to. I've never gone to a book convention or festival or anything, but I'm hoping one day to obviously meet all my friends. That is the end of my Q&A. This was really long. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I just want to say another thank you for subscribing to my channel. Whether you have been here for years or you've just discovered me recently, or maybe this is my first video of yours that you're watching. I don't know why you'd be watching a Q&A without knowing who I am. But I'm grateful for every single one of you for sticking with me and wanting to follow along with my life and my reading life. And I'm so grateful for all of you. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below something you love about BookTube, and also how long have you been subscribed to me for, because I'm really interested to know. Subscribe if you've not yet already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!